getting ready.
I'm praying.
Pray.
He's doing the Steve prayer.
He's doing the primarily critical prayer. It's very important.
Primarily Critical. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Primarily Critical at Movies at an After Party. This will be it.
If you have not seen this movie, we suggest that you do not view any further.
Because we've got boiled eggs, trivia, opinions like crazy, and we can't wait to share them.
Yeah, good, bad, new, old, weird, or gross.
We pass judgment on them all.
Today, kids are great, but are they really that great? My name is Steve.
That was a good one.
I'm here with
John.
and
Hey, and I'm Phil.
John creatively left out spoilers. Super spoiler alert.
Right. We have spoilers,
Yeah,
and that
we
was an
have
important thing to
That
say.
was an important thing to say.
It was an important
If
thing
people
to
watch
say.
this show, and there's millions of them out there, they're just very shy about saying anything or liking us. They're shy. They're a shy bunch. But anyways, they know we spoil the shit out of movies, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, everyone knows. They know what this is.
And just to add to the spoiler, we don't have our own spoiler. We don't have boiled eggs.
No eggs.
No eggs. Okay.
Private Life.
Yes.
This is starring Paul Giamatti and
yes.
Catherine Hahn. This couple has decided to pull out all the stops, and they're going to have a kid come hell or high water.
Yes.
It's not quite the dedication that I would have adopted. I'm not nearly that passionate about pretty much anything.
No.
No. And so,
About trying to have a kid?
Yeah, no.
And then we keep getting introduced to these like really heart-wrenching situations where like they see kids come around on Halloween and they keep bumping into strollers or whatever they walk around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's this creepy doctor making odd jokes every time he's...
Wasn't this weird? I mean, where did it was music?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's constantly sitting himself down in front of Rachel, and he's like, she's spread eagle as you would do with a gynecologist.
That's what they do.
And
That's what they
A
do.
lack of professionalism was going on there.
yes,
Yeah.
It was okay, guys. It was a bit of a comedy, right?
It was a bit.
a bit of a comedy.
More so, it's a drama, and man, it's very hard. It's a harsh, kind of sad, depressing movie with a sad ending. But man, if this ain't the movie that everybody needs to watch about trying to have a kid, when it's harsh because it's very hard to know that there's people out there.
Listen,
they're desperate, so desperate.
I agree with you 100%. I think this movie is really a good movie, and people would really enjoy watching that are really stuck in this very similar circumstances.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. This is good at...
But outside of that, I mean, I feel like the acting was done really well. There was no issues with the acting.
No issue with that.
I felt like the story was really lackluster. They could have written a lot more into the story itself. Mm-hmm. The script was, it was reasonably good. I feel like it could have maybe amped up a little bit of humor more. I thought like the humor was a little dry and a little weird, right?
It was a weird sense of humor. It was very sexually oriented. The whole the one scene when they're trying to adopt, they're doing an interview for adoption. They had the
vagina painting.
Vagina bush in the painting. It's like, it's a little much on the. It's a little heavy-handed.
There's more than a few scenes where the female characters are wearing just a shirt.
Yes.
Oh, there's a lot of ass in the
even
common theme.
Even Sadie. Even Sadie.
Yeah.
Which was like, what is going on?
But
that is not normal. Like a niece coming over to aunt and uncle, walking around wearing just a shirt.
Yeah.
That is not normal.
Maybe there's an attempt at humor, but I felt this movie was very real. Like, it felt real.
Very real, yeah.
And the sexual kind of ass hanging out kind of things aside, a very real depiction of that desperation to have a child, and the trial. They did everything, right? They tried everything, right? They tried
they did.
everything. They went every day. It felt like as a we're watching them really struggle and try everything, and it's like the ending.
Sometimes it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually a big fan of movies that will take like a snippet of someone's life, and it's very real. It's like because sometimes it's kind of like I wonder what life is like in that area of the world and stuff, and I don't want to see a dramatization. I want to know what life is in that that section of the world. Right?
Shit, right?
So I like movies that actually are real, right? But this is kind of like
Two.
But it's
What
not.
did they do wrong, John?
Okay, this is what they did wrong. It's not a very exciting. It's a depressing thing to watch. And so I'm watching. I'm watching something that's very real and very realistically depressing.
Yeah.
And so for entertainment value, that's not really the snippet of what I want to look into. Even though,
I agree. For 80% of the movie, I felt like it was a humorous comedy drama. But by the very end of the movie, man, it's just like, ugh. Yeah.
It's like wading through mud.
This is the payoff. This is how I'm going to end the movie. I had a total, I guess maybe predictable ending based on watching other movies, that we'd have a happy ending.
Yeah, they'd get pregnant finally, right?
And they tricked us. Didn't they do the scene where at the end they were 9 months later? Nothing. Here we go.
Yeah.
That was really kind of give me a punch to the gut. Deflated. Overall, I really thought it was a well-made movie, well acted. It's just a depressing kind of end to it, and kind of sad movie.
Just lackluster, kind of depressing, real life
stuff, right? So, what do you think, Steve?
Well, they invest so much of their lives into having a kid that they sacrifice their own joy.
Yeah.
They're not having sex anymore.
No.
For like a year.
Yeah. And it's just they needed more comedy moments. They did, and they needed.
I thought they did a pretty damn good job of keeping a real sense of humor, comedy into it.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe they didn't do enough at the end of it. I said that. It really started to get real too real at the end.
It would have been nice if at the end of the movie they were pregnant, or at the end of the movie they realized that their happiness is more important than not being happy.
I thought there was going to be
something.
I thought there was going to be a payoff, and I thought, like you said, there would be a baby or a pregnancy or
some kind of personal revelation.
Yeah. How about ending this movie with her giving birth, and that's like the same guy that was trying to get in her.
The nerd,
could have done
the
that.
Creepy doctor.
Yeah, it's holding up his baby. Hey, it worked. Hey. Yeah, but it's like it's.
I don't know. I think they should have called this movie.
It's Alien Baby. It's Alien Baby. No.
I think they should have called this movie The Cycle, because it just seemed like this is a never-ending cycle of something that just. And at the end, it's like we just come full circle. We're exactly where this movie began.
Yeah, but I think that maybe that's the point of the movie. This is really what people are facing.
Well, I'm sure that is the point, but that's not. That doesn't make good entertainment, right? Like I think it's very realistic, and it doesn't make good entertainment.
Okay, wait. So, at the end of the movie, Richard and Rachel are sitting in a restaurant, and they're waiting for somebody to show up. Right? But right before that, they're walking through the streets of Manhattan, and they get a phone call. Now, this is right before the ending. They're walking through the streets, and they get a phone call, and they're talking to somebody, and they get excited, right?
Yeah.
Right, and then it cuts away, and we see them in a restaurant.
Right.
If they had run the credits right when they cut away, would that have changed the movie? because I was thinking about this.
Yeah, it would have changed the movie because we would have thought because when you cut on a weird ending like that, you fill in the blanks in your brain, and so you say, why would they choose to cut there? It's because the viewer is supposed to assume
they're still waiting
that it's going to work out, right?
Yeah.
You would have thought it worked out. Like, oh, they got the call, they're happy. It's probably going to work out. I don't know. I mean,
no. The way what I got from the ending is it's they're still waiting. There's gonna
no, but he's saying if they cut it at the moment that they got the phone call.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey man. Yeah.
I was because that would have been a creative choice that I would have made.
But yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well let me ask you guys something here. Is that like, okay, there's things you could have done, and maybe this is just too Hollywood. Maybe this is too down the canon for what they wanted to achieve here. It would have, but there's you could have had him say going to the stress of it all. He's heading off to bars. Like he's like, I can't take this anymore. I need a drink. So they have a scene at a bar. You could have him meeting another woman there where she's talking to him and he's enjoying it because he doesn't have all the stress with this woman that he does back at home, right? And you could have had them both having like emotional affairs with people outside of their marriage, right? Which I think is very realistic in that situation, right? Because they're so focused, their relationship is deteriorating over this focus of having a baby. They're not having sex. They're not really looking like they're even having much fun together. You know, they seem like, and so you can see that would be a very plausible, realistic thing that they, he's out at a bar needing a drink to get away from her. She needs some emotional support from some other guy. You could have that's the Woody Allen in me that you always get that love triangle going, right? But I mean, I could have seen something like that would have made it, and then maybe, I don't know, things, they got further apart, and these problems that he had an affair, she had an affair, but they came back together and they realized they didn't want to have a baby. That would have been more of a story,
I see what you're saying, but I think I think Sadie should have gotten pregnant from her boyfriend. Right, and then they didn't know. That would have been.
There's that twist. No, it wasn't. Yeah. So,
what a twist!
Like something, but I mean, yeah. Okay, so Hollywood would have done that to this movie, something like that, right? And maybe that obviously they didn't want that because they would have done something like that.
No, they wanted a very realistic slice of life.
Yeah,
and it was just sad.
It was sad.
Sad.
It was a depressing watch.
Do you think? If we were female, we would feel differently.
Oh, probably, yeah. But no, you have to be this couple to really fully appreciate this movie. I guess it's for those people that want to have a child that can't. That this movie would probably really be amazing to watch because it's showing you all the emotions and all the steps and things that.
I agree, and I'm actually happy this movie exists for those people.
Yeah, because
they should have this. They
in
should
that
have
respect,
this movie.
it's a well done movie that gives you a little bit of comedy relief, but really shows you what it's like. Appreciate. I think what I get from this movie at the end of it all is like, holy crap! How amazing is it for majority of the human race to have a kid without this kind of problems? To suffer like that, because this is terrible. It's terrible for these. Anybody that wants to have a child and can't, look at what they had to do, and this is like crazy. And then it seems so easy but that's the human race.
It does.
And that's what I take from that movie.
Okay, my wife brought up a point, and she said she would have liked to seen a little more emotional connection together of the two. So, for example, like a powerful scene, for example, would have been the two of them where they both break down crying together. Like, we've been trying, and together, like they have that moment where, they're in tears, they're broken. She would have liked to see some of that, and I kind of agree. See what she's saying. You don't really get a good sense of what is bonding these two together. What is the glue?
So
what is
their backstory? Like why? Yeah, I don't know. Like,
What is the glue that holds together the gears of this relationship?
Why?
Exactly. What
Why-
makes them love each other? Like, you know, you don't really get a sense of why they love each other. You get a sense, and you almost, there is a reference in the movie where I think it's the wife of the brother that says. Or maybe it's the brother, but it's like they're addicted to it, like gambling. It's like a gambling addiction. This thing, and you almost get the sense that maybe that is what's going on here. That they don't know how to exist without this. Their relationship has deteriorated, and all they have left is this. This is their thing.
Quest to have a baby.
Yeah, their quest to have a baby.
Oh, okay.
And and it kind of seemed that way, right? Like, because they cut from the scene of him going. I'm almost glad that we didn't. You're not pregnant, or you don't. We're not, because I'm not even sure I want a kid.
Yeah.
He says that.
Yeah.
So this is showing
That's a
how
harsh
this
point in the movie, right? Like, wow.
But then they don't really follow up with that. They just go leave that, and then you go to, and they're back in it trying again. You know what I mean? It's like, So it really shows that he's. The relationship's screwed. I mean, they haven't had sex in a year. Doesn't even know he wants a kid, but yet. We're addicted to this. We don't know anything else, so let's hop back on the train. You know what I mean? It kind of seemed that way, right?
Well, at that point, I think he wanted to get off the train.
You would think. You would think, but that's not what the movie did. The movie showed them going back on that train, and they didn't follow up with that.
Yeah, they've been putting off having a kid for quite some time. They even have a fight about this. You wanted to write a book. And then you did, and then now you're in your 40s, and he's 47 and she's 41.
Yeah,
and well, I don't know. I had kids pretty late in life. I was in my 40s. I'm just 40 now, but my wife's older than me.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to get into that. It's too personal. Maybe.
I did not know that.
Steve, you're
That's a whole other. We'll talk
trouble.
about that offset. Off.
Should we get into this trivia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into this trivia.
And cut that last segment out.
No, I don't mind being a little bit honest with my viewers.
Sure.
We fell into having kids quite easily. It wasn't like this at all.
No.
Based in part on Tamara Jenkins' own experiences of going through fertility treatments. There was a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
There was a lot of drugs.
I think they're trying to show you how hard it is.
Yeah.
Did you not notice, like, every time they went to the doctor's office, it was always packed with people in the waiting room. So it just shows you how many people are that desperate to try to get this thing done. It's just like, never was there a scene where it's just a few people.
They need a bigger waiting room.
I'm saying? Like, it seemed like they try to push the point across that this is not easy. And it's a hard road you're on.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Who wants to read the next piece?
This is Tamara Jenkins' first film since her Oscar-nominated The Savages in 2007. 11 years previously, she had spent the time as a writer for hire, teaching and being a new mother.
So she took 11 years hiatus prior to this movie. So wait, 11 years. She spent time and being a new mother. But okay, she wrote and directed this movie. Just to make that clear to everybody.
Yeah.
And
Good job.
So this, interesting.
I haven't seen The Savages. I'm going to look up the trailer.
Yeah.
If it's the movie I'm thinking of, I don't know if I have to think about it. Yeah.
Before I'll read the next piece of trivia, but I just want to also I didn't say this enough in the podcast about this movie, is that I love this Catherine Hahn. I think she's an amazing actress. She's been in some other things I've seen.
Yeah.
She was in The Visit. She's in
no way.
Bad Moms. She was the mom, and remember the rapping kid boy, and the mom of those two.
She's got this wild hair and
Yeah, I just think she and I also thought this Paul Giamatti.
Oh, he's great.
I thought he did great. I thought they did so good at the what they were given. I mean, the script. Any complaints I have, this had nothing to do with the two of them. I want to make sure I make that clear because I thought they were fabulous. You know, and
how about
I'm big fans of both.
How about
so.
the step niece or niece?
Sadie?
I thought the acting was spot on.
I
mean, you know,
we didn't really talk about specifics of the. We seem to be all caught up in the whole. I don't know, like the
depressingness of it all.
yeah, exactly. But yeah,
depression of it all. I guess
she was brilliant.
She struck me as like totally like a early 20-something. I think she was 25, but really. But yeah, great job. It's just like I felt the same way when I was that age. Imagine that kind of thing thrown on you, and she
had this nice blank, youthful look.
Yeah, and she was a neat, quirky kind of character too.
Yeah,
you know, she was just smart, very smart.
Great job. I think that the actress was great, and I think good things from that.
Yeah, I mean, normally, and I've said this a million times, and I can't believe I'm finally saying I always say, good characters make good movies, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like this is of course I'd finally find the film that I felt like we had great characters, but I feel like it didn't make the best movie, and I feel like you had these great characters. You could have done a lot more. I loved these characters. I loved all of them. I thought they're all perfect. I thought they're well developed and all this stuff. But I just thought, man,
how did you feel about the other parents, the Sadie's parents?
They did well.
They did well.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't a big role, so we don't really need to know.
Her speech at Thanksgiving was freaking brilliant.
I
was cringing at it.
Yeah.
Like,
Sadie's
she's gonna do it. She's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Sadie's speech. Yeah, there was some drama there.
Yeah.
There's some good moments in this movie. Like the drama there at the Thanksgiving dinner was.
The tension was
and then
high,
one guy says, I've been an alcoholic after that. He's falling up. But like,
nobody gives a shit. He's like,
they just dropped a bomb. Yeah.
He's still trying to talk, even though everyone's leaving. Oh, man.
It went right over his head what really was going on there, you know.
Who's got the next
even the old grandma. Do you know the old grandma? She was the first one to clap.
Yeah.
She was like, yay! Anyway.
Who's got the next drama?
John, but John's...
sorry, man, I'm coming right back.
It's okay.
Okay, so after reading the script, Catherine Hahn, who I was just talking about, was convinced that she had little chance of landing the lead. So she bought a plane ticket to New York City and took Tamara Jenkins out for dinner on a charm offensive. Wow.
Nice.
Despite an incident with a spilled glass of wine, it worked.
I hope it wasn't red wine.
Well, good for her. I mean...
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Charm offensive. I'm gonna use that term.
I like that.
Soon.
That sounds like that sounds like a good name for a band. I'm sure a band's got it already. Charm offensive.
Charm offensive?
Yeah. One night only. Charm offensive coming to your town. Charm offensive.
Easier to remember than Wanapagao Crew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of which, you should check out their band.
Yeah.
Charmed offensive.
I have a nice little link on. Do I have it on really critical anymore?
I don't know, but you have it on. You put it up on Discord.
Yeah.
Discord, yeah.
Hey.
In the description down below on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a little link for the Discord. If you're into the Discord, pop on in.
Yeah.
Say hi.
That's right.
We're all there.
Wanapagao Crew on Spotify, YouTube, and various things.
TWC, the Wanapagao Crew. Okay, now let's we plugged this enough. Let's get back to the movie.
Shot. This movie was shot over a period of 30 days.
Only 30 days.
That's it, eh?
That's right.
Wow. 1 month.
1 month. Well, way to go, Tamara Jenkins.
I don't know what to say about
this
that.
movie might not be for me or us, but man, you got the talent there, and I think that this movie had some real drama and potential in it that maybe I wasn't able to see, but
yeah.
Hey, it's a good movie. My wife and I watched it, and I think we both liked it.
Together?
Yeah. I my overall view is it's a very depressing end to the movie, which already dealt with a very sad, kind of heavy topic.
Well, it's a tough topic.
They tried to give you a lot of comedy throughout the movie, and I don't know if it did enough Yeah, yeah, man.
Remember the anesthesiologist? He always had that
same line.
Yeah.
It's like, my daughter thinks my job is so boring. All I do all day is put people to sleep.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how the movie ended. Put you to sleep as
Yeah.
they ended the credits.
We're all trying to find a better ending.
Yeah.
So private life.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a solid maybe for me.
Well, yeah, it's a solid maybe for me too. And hey, if you are just struggling to have children, this is your movie. You know.
Yeah,
Watch
this will probably help you figure out some things and really appreciate.
Yeah.
Everybody should appreciate that. About
Yeah, and like I said, I'm glad this movie's out there. Just for that alone, I think that.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
God somebody made this, so those people that are struggling with this, they can watch this and they can probably relax
Yeah.
a bit about it and enjoy watching this. You know.
Ultimately, appreciate life.
Yeah.
Appreciate being alive, and that some people really struggle to get life. Yeah.
Yeah.
One more complaint though.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Fire away.
I thought it was a nice
120
ending to this.
123 minutes, just a little too long. I think they could have shortened it, and it wouldn't have been so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what you're
No,
saying?
Not 2 hours.
Hey,
too long.
What you're saying is there should be no sequel because I thought the way the movie ended, sequel,
Oh, yeah?
Really?
He's
sequel.
sequel. Wow.
I've heard this from Phil before.
Wow. What's the sequel called? Public Life?
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Public Life.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We'll make the movie.
Get on it, Tamara.
Hey, just say.
Next week, Monday at noon, we're covering Underworld Evolution. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but we've done Divergent and then Insurgent, and we're probably going to do the third movie of that series. I'm doing the same thing with the other group, but that one was Underworld, and then Underworld 2, which is called Evolution. And then but I don't know how long that one goes. I think there might be 4 or 5 movies in that series.
Wow. That's a commitment.
That's a
What?
commitment.
Which one?
The Underworld series.
Oh yeah, there's like 50 movies.
50. Wow.
I don't buy that.
You're just getting started,
It's not
Steve.
50. Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait to talk about it. I picked it. Well, because it's the second one in the series, and I really enjoyed the first one. And it's a series that I wanted to consume. I wanted to consume the whole thing, and this was my
Consuming, you like actually eat the DVD?
no.
Blu-ray?
No.
Like-
I this was an itch I wanted to scratch, and God help me, I'm doing it.
You just stack of movies, just eat. I consume them.
He's Phil.
Yeah.
This is John. I'm Steve. Catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
You guys, peace.